Hey everyone, welcome into the Flippin' Hippos YouTube channel. I'm Star. If you're new here or you haven't yet, please consider subscribing. It does help us feed our hungry hippos, and don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Today we're taking a look at what sold on Poshmark in October. So we're looking at our sales on this platform specifically from last month. I haven't pulled up every single sale, but I did pull up highlights that I wanted to talk about with you, as well as all of the plush that sold. And I did pull up all of our jewelry sales just to show you the price points that we can get for our jewelry. We sold 4 plush on Poshmark in October, and I sold kind of poopy, maybe low-end bread and butter plush on Poshmark. But I always keep in mind that I am willing to take a little bit less on Poshmark because the buyer pays for shipping. On eBay and Boxery, even though we charge shipping, technically we're paying for it, and I can build it into the price. Because on those platforms, whatever the buyer pays for shipping, I still get in my pocket. So if I charged $6 on this plush, I would get the 6. And then if it actually cost me $4 for my label, I would have some profit left over. On Poshmark, we don't see any of the proceeds or the cost paid for shipping, so we get what we get. Also in October, we had the fiasco of Poshmark briefly attempting to pull a Macari and charge buyers fees for the privilege of shopping. And thankfully, after a few weeks, they saw that that was not a good idea. And if you think it was, I never will. I never will. I did plenty of videos about this on both Poshmark and Macari platforms. I do not think that buyers should be paying fees to shop. And I'm glad that Poshmark changed it back. However, there was a small period of 3 weeks during last month that I was also sending out 30 and 40% off offers on some items on Poshmark, knowing that my fees were less than normal and the buyer was covering some of those fees. So to offset that for the buyer, I was offering lower prices so that they would be more inclined to purchase with the total cost all in. See, that's why it doesn't work. Buyers start paying fees, they want lower prices. We start paying lower prices, we have to offer them lower prices. It's a wash, except that everybody has a bad taste in their mouth and nobody likes it. Just keep things the way they are. Sellers pay for the privilege of selling. I'm okay with that. Okay, so I'm going to get off my soapbox so we can look at my sales. I'm going to start with the plush. Again, there were 4 of them. I sold an Aurora Mione Tots German Shepherd. I like Aurora plush. There are some that are going to comp for a lot higher. This is a very small plush, and the Mione Tots don't comp as high as some of the other Aurora. Sold for $8. $7 for Gans Webkins. And these are just like the Aurora or Dandy or anything else. They're going to range from low-end bread and butter all the way up to higher prices. So you have to do your due diligence unless you're willing to have a volume business or buy wholesale. Then I just take what I get and list it. When it all comes in a box, I just pull it out and list it. Here's a Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Sold for $9. Now, this one actually would have been worth more money, but he was not working. And you can see I put that right in the title. And I put it in the description. I put it in several places because we all know buyers don't read. And then we have this really cute gunned Batman. This little bear is so cute. I remember pulling him out of the wholesale lot. He actually hung out in my office with me for a while, for a couple months. He is so cute. He sold for $14. All right, we're going to look at jewelry. I'm just going to go through it real quick just to show you the price points I can get even on Poshmark for costume jewelry, keeping in mind that the buyer also pays shipping. And in most instances on these pieces, they were also paying fees at this time. So you don't have to price your jewelry low just because it's costume jewelry or fashion jewelry. You don't have to have diamonds and gold to get a decent price. No, I'm not going to get $100 for a piece of costume jewelry, but I'm also not going to price it for $5 either. This one's kind of cute. It's an expandable stainless steel charm bracelet. It has just all different kinds of charms on it. So I tried to get a picture of each and get as many of them in the title as keywords as I could. It sold for $14. $10 for vintage copper twisted hoop earrings. I probably would have gotten more like $18 for these on eBay. But that's a pretty equivalent right there. This is a mixed metal circles rhinestone stretch bracelet. I did use the keyword steampunk for this. I will be coming out with a video in the next couple of weeks on aesthetics and cores as far as using keywords. Using aesthetics and cores is becoming more popular, like Barbie core, steampunk. It's becoming more trendy and more of what the younger kids are looking for. They're looking for certain keywords when they're shopping. So I'm putting together a compiled list, and I'll do a video on that in the next couple weeks. I tell you next week, but I can't promise that. So we'll say the next couple weeks. I don't want you to hold me accountable to something I can't hold myself accountable to. This one's cool. It's a cuff bracelet, and it has little stabby pieces. That's what I call them. They're little triangle bead things. They're stabby pieces. I thought it was cool. So this is something you could also use like gothic or steampunk with as well. This is oh, sorry, that sold for $16. And that one sold for $15. Then we have an owl that's got faux pearls. He's a little brooch. He is cute. Sold for $13. And then a disc bracelet. Sold for $13. And so that's some of the jewelry that we sold on Poshmark in October. And you can see you can get pretty good prices for it. And if they're paying shipping on top of this, this was probably an offer that I sent. So I probably sent them a $5.95 offer. So they paid $19 and some fees as well for a small brief time in October. Flying Monkey Jeans. I like this brand. It used to sell for a little bit more, of course. That seems to be a common theme in my videos. I really wish there was like a school of education on pricing. All I can do is keep making my videos and show you what I sell things for, and hopefully reach a few of you. These sold for $13. So these are like a $20, $25 pair of jeans on eBay. That's the equivalent. That's bread and butter. I like Lucky Brand. These are men's. Some people will tell you Lucky Brand is poop. I think it's still bread and butter. Does it sell for what it used to? No. Does it sell? Yes. Does it have a high, really fast sell-through rate? No. In fact, most items don't. Keith and I do a clothing guide every year. We update it, and we do the sell-through rate on the guide, and then we color code it for folks who buy it to see it easier. And things that sell quickly are green, and then yellow for medium and red for slow. And if you look at the guide, there's hardly any green. Most of it is yellow. A lot of it is red. It's due to oversaturation. There's more and more sellers on eBay and other platforms every day. Things just get a lower sell-through rate. Things take longer. And you really have to find clothing, plush. Those are definitely categories. Unless you find something super amazing or very unique or special, or Beverly Hills brand or vintage, it's not going to sell fast. It's just not going to. We've been doing these guides since 2017, and we do all the research ourselves every year. And I can tell you that clothing takes about 6 months to sell on average if you're doing, regular bread and butter brands. These are men's, by the way. I do like selling men's clothing. We sold a couple of bundles. So a lot of folks like to bundle their comics and their lightweight items here on Poshmark because the shipping is so costly. I'm sure that, even though buyers aren't as versed in how much shipping costs as sellers are, I'm sure they know that one comic book does not cost $8 to ship. So they'll bundle them. They'll get a discount. That's great. More comics out the door for me. And this is why I like to put my low-end comics on Poshmark, because I know people will bundle them. I would rather sell 2 $8 comics to one buyer, ship it, they paid for the label, than one off at a time on eBay. I'll take that too. I'll take whatever sales I can get. Listen, we do not pay a lot for our inventory at all. Most of our items are $1 or less. So when we get our boxes at wholesale, if it's an $8 comic, a $20 comic, a $12 comic, a $100 comic, I'm listing all of it. But I do really like when we get these bundle buys, because I can get rid of 2 of these $8 ones in one shot, especially on Poshmark, because they're literally paying the shipping. I can say I charge shipping on eBay, but on eBay, there's no such thing as really as free or charge shipping. A $20 pair of jeans is going to be $20, whether you do 20 free ship or 12 8 ship. It comes out to the same. You get all that money. It's in your pocket, and then you buy the label. On Poshmark, I get this, my profit after fees, but I don't see any of the shipping. So they like literally pay for that shipping. And then I had another bundle here of 3 comics. So I do like to put my low-end comics on Poshmark. I do see a lot of bundles on there, especially with comics, video games, and sometimes jewelry, just those lightweight items, ties, because buyers know it's not $8 to ship a tie. So be open to allowing people to do bundles on your Poshmark. You can even set it up on the back end that they can create their own bundle, and it'll automatically give them their discount. If you don't know how to do that, let me know. I'll show you. I'll do a quick tutorial next week. These are Uniqlo new tags. So this is a brand that I normally would probably pass over at the thrift, but these were new tags. So here we are. They sold for $22. Look at this cute scrub top. So this is a scrub that I would probably have for about $20 on eBay. And that's the all-in price. So probably right around $15 plus 5 ship. If it was a larger size, I would go more towards $20, $25. But this is just a size medium, and it's a harder sell. When I get the extra large or larger scrubs, Disney especially, $25. I'll take 10 on Poshmark. And again, I was sending out lower offers to entice people because they were paying fees and I needed to get stuff to move. But overall, I'm happy with my sales on Poshmark. These were just the highlights. Our sales weren't really impacted too much during that 3-week period where the buyers were paying the fees. But I think because it was so brief, you blinked and it was over with. I will say that I got dozens of messages and things from buyers complaining about it or offering super low ball offers and excusing themselves for doing that in messages or comments to me because of the fees. I had talked to a lot of sellers that said they didn't experience that. They didn't get any of these messages. I did. I got lots of them. It could be the high volume. It could be that I have 5,000 plus active listings on Poshmark. So I'm going to see more messages and get more inquiries and get more offers than someone with just a couple hundred. I don't know what it was, but I had a lot of those. It fortunately didn't really impact our sales too much. But again, I was sending out like on the Sundays during that time, I was bulk offering 40%. Usually every Sunday, I go into the bulk setting on Poshmark here. This little wrench on the right, make offer to likers. You can bulk. No, normally I do 30%, no discount on shipping. This is a deeper discount. And then you select your listings here. I was doing 40% during that time. And I only do this on Sundays. During the week, I send 20% off offers, or I have List Perfectly do it for me because List Perfectly does share my Poshmark closet and send my offers for me. So during the week, I was doing 20% and 40% on Sundays, where I normally do 30%. I was willing to take a little bit less money because I was paying less fees, number one. Number two, the buyers were paying fees. We didn't see too much of a hit, though. I did mention in my what sold on Poshmark in September video, I'd be curious to see how my sales were in October, and they were okay. I think if they had not have changed back or reverted to their original fee structure, we probably would have started to see a decline in sales, just like we did on Mercari. They changed back in April, and my Mercari is on life support. So I'll be back tomorrow with my what sold on Mercari video. I think I sold a couple of things. I don't know. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the comment section below. And don't forget to join our Facebook group. It's called Flippin' Hippos Reseller Pod. I'll see you guys next time. Go be productive. Go make some money. And have a great Q4. Bye, everybody. Thank you.